Hello and welcome back, everyone, to our Magic the Gathering set explorations on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, Cloud has decided that we will be finishing the Murden block with Darksteel. Yay! Darksteel, as its name implies, is really heavy on artifacts, as is the entire Morden block. But we have some very interesting single cards and keywords that were kind of sort of introduced and or heavily played with in this set. So that's what a lot of our exploration is going to come down to.
Yes. Affinity is one such keyword. Another is modular, especially because of Mirrodin's preoccupation with things that are inanimate.
Yes. Modular specifically is a really powerful fucking keyword that I remember playing with a little bit, and affinity is a primary meta deck archetype in Modern, as far as I can recall. Also in Legacy. But I today am going to be playing with an Orzhov mix because, well, it's been a while since I played with Orzhov.
Wonderful.
At least I think so.
Oh.
All right, let us begin, Mr. Cloud.
Yes, indeed. We will
All right, then.
Discover who is the true master of Mirrodin.
I can never win the goddamn die.
It seems that the mastery has belonged to the most preoccupied with the Mirrodin set in general. I'm going to keep this hand. Hell yes.
Yeah, I'll keep.
And going first, I'm going to put down an island, and then I'm going to tap it to put down my Arcbound Worker.
Okay, then.
Arcbound Worker.
And he comes into play with a 1/1.
He gains a +1/+1 counter. When he dies, he distributes all of his +1/+1 counters on the target artifact creature.
Yes, he does. All right.
Mode.
All right, I'm going to put down a Mirrodin's Core, and then I'm going to tap it in order to put a charge counter on it. And I will end.
My god. He's using the non-basic lands, and none of them produce colored mana. I am going to put down another island, and then I'm going to swing into you for 1.
All right, I'll take 1.
Sweet. It's your turn.
Cool list. All right, let's put down a Plains, and then I'm going to spend 2 in order to cast Purge on your Arcbound Worker.
Destroy target artifact creature, a black creature. It can't be regenerated. No. My precious +1/+1 counters.
All right, I will end.
You will pay for this? I swear it. Let's see now. Okay, so I observe that, yes, indeed, that is a circumstance. Can I play this guy? No, I can't. I think the move, actually, is to pay 3 in order to cast Pulse of the Grid.
All right, then.
First, I draw 2 cards. And then I discard a card, which is going to be a mountain card. And now I check. Indeed, my opponent has more cards in my hand than I do, which means that Pulse of the Grid...
So Pulse of the Grid returns to your hand.
Sweet. I'm going to end my turn now.
All right, then. Let's put down a Swamp, and then I will spend 3 in order to cast the Sword of Fire and Ice. Woohoo! I will end.
The Sword of Fire and choosing warriors among the old. I'm going to pay 4 with affinity for islands. It's the Spire Golem.
All right.
This is a 2/4 with flying, and I will pass.
All right. So at least we're both running different golems.
That is true. This is where all the golems came
I
from.
will pay 4 in order to cast the Dross Golem.
Yay. Affinity for swamps. Indeed, you control 1, which means you cost 4 to put on the battlefield. You may win this little matchup we have here, if not that I just drew the fucking nuts. Paying 2. No, just 1, because of how stupid this card is. It's the Skull Clamp.
Hi, Skull Clamp.
And I'm also going to pay 1, equip the Skull Clamp onto my Spire Golem. It gets +1, -1. Increase power and decrease toughness. Boom. It is a 3/3 with flying, and it says that when it dies, I draw 2 cards. But that's not all. I'm also going to pay another 3 in order to cast a Pulse of the Grid card. Draw 2. And And I'm going to discard, looking at a mountain card. And now I check. I do not have an opponent that has more cards in my hand than I do, so Pulse of the Grave goes to the graveyard. Flying into you for 3.
All right, and I'll take 3.
Wonderful. I will end my turn.
Okay, then.
What a swing-a-ding we having.
All right, then. So, I'm going to put down a plains, and then I'm going to pay 2 to equip the Sword of Fire and Ice onto my Dross Golem.
Sweet. What does that do? That's plus 2.
Gives him +2/+2. So let me and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, I can shock something and draw a card.
Sweet.
All right. So I'm going to swing with my Dross Golem to deal 5 damage to you.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll have my Sword of Fire and Ice deal 2 damage to your Spire Golem, as well as draw a card.
Okay.
And then, all right, we go into main phase 2, and I will spend my charge counter on Mirrodin's Core, remove, in order to add a black, so that I can cast Screams from Within, and attach it onto your Spire Golem.
Nice. When enchanted creatures put in a graveyard, return Screams from Within from your graveyard to play, but that means that you have to enchant it on your Dross Golem now.
I do. Once a Spire Golem leaves the battlefield, because he is dead now.
Well, now that he is dead, Skull Clamp also goes on the stack, which means that I draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Unattach, put in graveyard, and draw 2 cards.
All right, and power and toughness set to 4/3. All right, and with that, I will end.
I guess at this point I consider myself lucky that Pulse of the Grid is in the graveyard now, seeing how I have lots of cards in my hand because Skull Clamp is fucking stupid.
Skull Clamp is fucking stupid.
Let me think, because now this guy he's got Fear, which means he can only be blocked by black creatures or artifact-type creatures. Well, now, and he also has protection from red and blue, I should say. So he has protection from a lot of colors. But as Mirrodin is wont to motivate players to do, we're going to have lots of artifacts. But I'm thinking of which one to do. Like, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? Let me think. So your dude only has 3 toughness because of the Screams from Within enchantment.
Yep.
Because it also gets +2/+2 from your equipment. Okay, so let me do some quick math real quick. All right, so indeed...
You can't bolt him, so ha.
But I can fireball him. Here it comes.
No, you can't.
Why can't? Oh, because that was
protection from red.
God fucking damn it. All right. Time out. 1 second on defense. 30 seconds. Okay. But see, if I play that game, you're just going to fucking destroy the crap out of me. You have to deal combat damage to a player, huh? Okay, protection from red blue. That is actually pretty inconvenient right there, I'm not going to lie. So that means that the move actually is to pay 3 in order to put down my Thunderstaff.
All right.
Thunderstaff makes it so that as long as it is untapped, I prevent 1 of any amount of damage, combat damage, that would be dealt to me. I'm also going to pay 1 to put down the Mermoon Vessel.
All right.
And I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to tap Mirrodin's Core to put a charge counter on it. Then I'm going to spend 2 in order to cast the Grimclaw Bats.
Oh, shit.
And I'm also going to spend 2 to cast the Terran Ghost.
2 and 2. Sacrifice to regenerate target artifact. Interesting.
All right. And then I'm going to have my Dross Golem swing at you.
Okay. I'm going to declare my Moon Vessel as a blocker.
All right, then.
So now my Moon Vessel is dead. It adds 1 to my mana pool, but I can't spend it hardly. No, I can't spend it.
You don't have a 2-drop blue instant?
No, I don't have a 2-drop blue instant. I don't know if there are any 2-drop blue instants in this fucking set.
I think there's at least 1. I'm pretty sure there's a blue counter spell of some kind.
Right, but I would have to be running 2 blue. I think, you know, I don't know, but I think, why do I only have 5 lands on the battlefield? Did I really forget to play a land last turn? That would be pretty bad.
I don't think so.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad for me because, like, I really needed you to not gain protection from red and blue because I am running a lot of red and blue. But I can at least kill your other dudes. Okay, let me think real quick. I can't block it is the problem. So, let me try drawing cards. Okay, put land down, check. Let's pay 2 to put down a core tapper.
Alright.
Then 1, 2, and then pay 1 for the... Okay, yeah, that works too. I'm going to pay 1, and pay 1 for the X, and 1 because I'm designating an additional target, Fireball. I'm going to deal one for the X, which I paid, to each of 2 target creatures, and I paid an additional 1 to designate an additional creature beyond the first.
Alright, so both of these creatures are destroyed.
Actually, fuck it. I'm going to pay a 3rd mana so I can also swing at you directly for 1.
Alright.
Very good. Okay, and now I have an answer for your draw column, so I'm going to end my turn now.
Okay, then.
Power of the cards.
I'll put down a plains, and then we're going to spend 2 in order to cast the Leonin Shikari.
That sounds important. You may activate equip abilities with instant speed.
Yes, alright, and I'm going to swing at you with my draw column.
And to think that card actually had its start in Mirrodin. I'm going to declare my core tapper as a blocker. Drawing arrow. Boom. Now blocked. Kill it.
Alright, and with that, I will end.
Sweet. Alright. Well, I think God is being rather forgiving. So it seems that I'm about to get whacked pretty hard during the next turn, which is why I'm going to pay 4 in order to put down the Wand of the Elements. Ooh. This is a really gambity card because it requires me to sacrifice lands. Next, I'm going to pay 2. I'm going to put down a Vidalcan Engineer. And then I'm going to spend my last one. I'm going to equip my Skull Clamps onto the Vidalcan Engineer. It gets +1/-1. Its toughness is now 0, so it dies. Unattach the Skull Clamp.
Allowing you to draw 2 cards.
And it allows me to draw 2 cards, precisely. Wonderful. Okay. And now I'm going to tap the Wand of the Elements. I'm going to sacrifice a mountain. And I'm going to create a 3/3 red elemental creature token. Boom.
Okay. Alright, my move. Oh, let's see. So... Alright, I'm going to put down a plains, and then I'm going to spend 2 black, by removing a charge counter here, in order to cast the Pulse of the Dross.
Pulse of the Draw says target player reveals 3 cards, and then do it. Indeed, I have 3 cards. You discard that card, and if I have more cards in hand than I do, it goes back to your hand. Wow, well, isn't that sweet for you? Because you also get to get your Pulse of the Dross back after you... Alright, so you got... So, the... Right, reveal hand. Reveal hand to... that. There's my hand.
Alright, let's ditch the Echoing Truth.
Echoing... Oh. You know, I thought about it for a second. Like, your guy has protection from blue. Like, I literally can't stop it. Unless I have artifact creatures, which I don't.
Alright. And then I'm going to swing with my Draw Golem.
And I can't block it, so that's 4 damage? Well, 3 damage.
Yep.
4 less 1 because the Thunder
It's
Staff...
4 damage.
Because the Thunder Staff is untapped, I prevent 1 of that damage.
Okay. And then, because he successfully dealt combat damage, I'll have Sword of Fire and Ice.
I took way too much love, sorry.
Deal 2 damage to you.
Okay, and
then I will draw a card.
And Thunder Staff only prevents combat damage, so that's another 2 to me directly. So I lost a net 5.
Alright. And then I'm going to spend 2 in order to cast the Arcbound Stinger.
Arcbound Stinger is modular. Okay. Well done with your wonderful artifact synergy. Well, I wonder if the Wand of the Elements can help me generate the army I need in order to destroy Gurdat once and for all. Let's see. Okay, I gotta think. You got protection. Pay 1. Put down an Arcbound Worker.
Okay.
Boy. Put down an island for the land play. Thinking. You have blockers. And I can't seem to generate any more 1/1 creatures right now. So I really need to think about this for a second. So you only dealt 5 damage to me during the last turn. So it seems that time is on my side. Which is why I'm going to pay a mountain, attach the Skull Clamp to the Arcbound Worker. Kills it because of state-based actions. I have no artifact creatures I can distribute +1/+1 counters to. I draw 2 cards. Cool. Interesting. Pay 2 to cast Slowbad, Goblin Tinkerer.
Okay.
It has sacrifice an artifact. Target artifact gains indestructible until end of turn. Pay 1 to cast the Mer Moon Vessel.
All right.
And then, let me think real quick. So I got that going for me now. I'm going to pay 1. I'm going to attach the Skull Clamp to my 3/3 Elemental to make it a 4/2.
All right.
Okay. Next, tap the Wand of the Elements, sacrifice another mountain, and I'm going to create another 3/3 Elemental. Boom. So now I can't tap for the Thunder Staff. Let's go into combat step. I'm going to swing into you for 4.
All right, I'll take 4.
4 is dealt.
3, 4.
I will end my turn after making a statement in order to stay in the game.